as well. So looks like he is going to be getting one Viking out. And we will see exactly what he tries to continue with from that starport. If he continues to produce Vikings, yeah, it looks like he is going to continue to produce Vikings. And it looks like Azreal is going to put down some missile turrets as well. As you can see, 3 Void Rays coming in right now, which is a large amount of Void Rays. That many Void Rays can take down buildings pretty quickly. As we saw, he used the Void Ray build against his previous opponent in the round of 4. But there are some Vikings and a lot of Marines moving up here to defend against this, so it looks like Hitchens is going to have to back off with these Void Rays for the time being. So we'll see if he's able to continue with this Void Ray pressure, or if he's going to have to tech switch yet again, although he does have his 4th one spawning right now. So we'll see if he's able to keep the pressure up with that. Going to his hidden expansion over here, he does have a few probes up and running, but it looks like he is supply blocked for the time being, so will not be able to build any more probes until he gets a few more pylons up, which he is building right now. But the Terran player finally getting some refineries up on their expansion. Looks like they are going to continue harvesting gas at that expansion now. And another Viking out on the map here as well. So a decent amount of Vikings now. Looks like we've got 3 Vikings on the map. I'm sorry, I was having a hard time finding it because it's got a different portrait than the flying. It's got the picture of it in mech mode there. But yeah, 3 Vikings on the map, and he has spotted this hidden expansion from Hitchens over on the side of the map here. So it looks like he is going to move in and try to take this out. The Medivacs and the Viking getting there quicker than the rest of the infantry does. But it looks like Hitchens is moving over here to defend this, and in the meantime there are his army of Void Rays moving out, taking down a couple of tanks, it looks like, before they move back to try to take out the units that are heading for his expansion. Although able to take out that Marine, and it looks like the remaining 2 Medivacs are going to fly away so they do not get focus fired down by those Void Rays. So this game has been little pot shots back and forth, it looks like, and Azreal actually has some units sieged up here, and you can see just in range of that Nexus. If Hitchens does not cancel that, he could lose that money from building that Nexus. We'll see if he's able to get enough hits on it. That Nexus continuing to lose health. One more hit and it may be gone. Oh my goodness, and he does lose it. So that is 400 minerals down the drain that Hitchens just lost because he was not able to cancel that quick enough. But it looks like he is continuing to produce these Void Rays. Already 4 on the map and another one building right now. So we'll see if he's able to do anything with that. But there are 6 Vikings here right now. So it looks like a lot of anti-air for the Terran player. So these Void Rays may not be able to do a whole lot of damage. We'll see if he's able to take on these Vikings with the help of his ground army. But it looks like they are going to move over here and try to take another shot at this hidden expansion from Hitchens. And it looks like they are going to wait for the tanks and infantry that are coming across the map, and actually some Marauders getting in the mix here as well now. Hitchens going to back up into the expansion and try to help defend that. And it looks like the Zealots and Stalkers and Sentry are going to come out to try to meet this Terran army and try to push them away, but it looks like with the help of the Marines and the Marauders showing up now, they're going to have to back off. And these Void Rays, meanwhile, trying to take on this Viking army, although Viking's so good against anti-air, they are able to take down those Void Rays without any problems. And charge coming online for the Zealots, which make them so deadly against these infantry units, because even with the ability of the Marauders with those concussive shells, they are just not able to slow the Zealots down enough to not catch up to them and get some shots in. So these Zealots becoming very, very important right now as he chases this Terran army across the map. Although with the help of these siege tanks, he is going to need to back off, or he's going to lose every one of these Zealots, and he is starting to back out now, but it may be a little bit too late, as only 2 Zealots that were chasing that army down made it out of there alive. But it looks like he does have more forces coming up to reinforce his position, but he is going to have to back off as the Terran player moves out to take position on the map again. Meanwhile, there are also some more Vikings going after this expansion in the mid-right here, and a couple more flying down as well right now. Hitchens is going to have to move out to protect this, but he is losing a lot of probes here just to these little Vikings popping up and trying to do some damage here. And these 2 Vikings on the ground are going to go down, trying to focus fire down the ones that are in the air right now. And both of those are going to get away. Also, it looks like Hitchens has started to expand at his natural. All of his probes moved over to there as his main base is mined out. So as of right now, there is a very large income advantage for the Terran player Azreal. He has, it was about 1,000 there for a second, but it looks like he may have just lost some mules, so dropped down to about 900, 800. But he is actually putting up another expansion at the high yield minerals. So it looks like Azreal could be in a very big economic advantage here, and he is actually putting down a third expansion here rather, double expanding right now, and he is going to continue to press this economic advantage right now. So Hitchens is definitely going to have to make a move on this map and try to catch up here. Oh, and letting his forces get just a little bit too close to that Terran army and losing a couple units just because of careless micro. But in the meantime, it looks like he is moving back into position in his base. He's going to try to defend for the time being while he gets his base up and running. And as you can see, that economic advantage that Azreal has diminished greatly, but he still does have an advantage right now. So actually, I'm sorry, he just lost a couple mules apparently, although more coming in right now. So the econ game has evened out a little bit, although when these 2 expansions for Azreal come online, he will once again gain a pretty significant advantage here, it looks like. So Hitchens once again is in the position to have to put the pressure on in order to stay in this game. And it looks like attack and defense being upgraded at the same time at the 2 engineering base for the Terran player, and he has a lot of barracks here, about 5 barracks. If we take a look at the production overlay, we can see that he is continuing to produce a lot of units. He has armory upgrades going, infantry upgrades going, and he's constantly producing more Marines, Marauders, and tanks. So a lot of units and research is going on in Azreal's base, and he's continuing to stack up the units just outside of the xel'naga watchtower. And it looks like the Protoss player has decided he's going to guard the xel'naga watchtower on his side of the map. Meanwhile, there is another Viking moving into this hidden expansion over here, which I guess is no longer hidden because it has been scouted for a while, and of course Azreal has been putting pressure on there as much as possible. And it looks like the Protoss player Hitchens moving over here, trying to catch this Viking so that he can actually take it down, but only getting one shot. The Viking does manage to get away with 36 hit points, and it looks like he is fully saturated his expansion now, although he is going to need to get another base up here shortly. Otherwise, the advantage of this high yield expansion is going to be too much for him to overcome. As you can see here, once again, the advantage for the Terran player rather is pretty significant. It looks like around 700 to 800 minerals per minute. So he is just going to be able to outproduce Hitchens at this point. Although Hitchens putting down another expansion, he has not yet gone for the high yield. So right now there is a bigger discrepancy in the mineral income, strictly because one of the expansions that Azreal has is a high yield. So he is getting a lot more minerals from that than Hitchens is from either his bases. And it looks like the scouting Viking has decided to park right over the natural expansion of Hitchens. So he is going to be aware of exactly how many resources are left at this base and how many probes he has mining it. And it looks like Azreal is going to move out. That is a scary amount of units right there. A lot of Marines and Marauders and some tanks to back it up, with the Vikings overhead and of course the medevacs to heal when these units stim pack. So we are going to see a fairly large battle here very shortly, I would imagine, as Hitchens backs up to try to protect the new expansion that he is getting up and running right now. And it looks like rather than going after those expansions, he is just going to try to move into the main of Hitchens. And a Void Ray coming into play right now, trying to take on some of this army by himself. But the Vikings make very quick work of that. And another half of the army moving in here right now. Marines and Marauders able to focus fire down this Nexus so quickly. And it looks like Hitchens is going to be forced to long distance mine at that base from his natural. Oh my gosh, and I did not even see how quickly that army got decimated when Hitchens tried to defend that. He had a good sized force, but it just absolutely got obliterated by this Terran force. And it looks like he is going to move up here and take out this fresh expansion that Hitchens has just put up, and they will have no problem taking out this last expansion from the Protoss player. But it looks like Hitchens going to stay in this game for a little bit longer yet, try to stick it out, see if he can get some kind of advantage. And Hitchens trying to frantically get out some Colossi. This Colossi just barely makes it out. And it looks like the Terran player lost vision on that high ground. Otherwise, he may have actually been able to kill that robotics facility before that Colossi actually finished. And another Colossi coming out as well. It looks like he has researched the thermal lance upgrade, so he will have that increase in range. And Hitchens is going to GG as he loses his last mining expansion. So Azreal will take game number 2. We are at 1-1, and this is a best-of-7 series, so we have a lot more games to go. So stay tuned. You're going to move on to game 3 now.